Up YouTube, Dark God back again with day 4 of my October horror movie challenge, where I review all the horror movies I've seen so far. Yesterday I watched 4 movies. Before we get started though, continuing with the shirt, today from Horror Block, it's the Camp Crystal Lake Jason Voorhees shirt. One of my favorite shirts. Got it in Horror Block probably about 8 months ago, and just love it. Actually, probably about a year ago. I think last October I actually had it, so it's got to be about a year already. Anyway, on with the movies. First movie I watched was a 1957 movie. I'm sorry, 58 movie. Roger Corman's what was it? Beast of the Haunted Cave. Now, he didn't direct this one. He just produced this one. His brother helped write it. This is like typical, like Roger Corman. Very cheap, very quick, very like just all over the place, scatterbrained. Not as good as Not of This Earth, which for early Corman's awesome, I think. It's got its moments. The one I watched was horror hosted by Elvira. I needed it for a checklist item, and it wasn't. It's not a good movie. I mean, it's a 4 out of 10 easily. It's just very cheaply made, even for like 1950 B sci-fi horror movies. It's not very well made. It's very cheap, very quick. Supposedly they used this one and they filmed another movie at the same exact time with the same budget. So I mean, I know Corman, he's very underrated when it comes to his talent finding abilities and his producing abilities for some films. But there's just times where he gets involved in it's very badly made movies. I mean, he has his hits and his classics, but then there's movies like this that they just fall very flat. Definitely not recommended. Very boring movie. Second movie I watched was the movie of the day for DVDtalk.com was House of Seven Corpse, which it's an interesting movie. I didn't expect to actually like it as much as they did, because there's moments where it's very slow. It's got the gothic horror down pat, but there's many like of movies of the same type, same caliber that are done a lot better. It has its moments. The gore isn't crazy or anything, which I was kind of shocked. I just felt like with the name and the title, the way it was set up, that it would be more gore, more of like the stereotypical like Italian horror movie kills, but it really wasn't. John Carradine was awesome in it, as always. I mean, just seeing him in a horror movie, I mean, there's hundreds to choose from, so he was cool in it. He just has that look. When you see him, you just know who he is. And I mean, he does help with it, but all in all, it really wasn't the best of movies. It had its moments. I do like how it parallels, like the storyline parallels them filming the movie compared to with what happened at the house originally, that you got the 7 people in the house again. The little twist of people involved it's kind of not needed. I don't think. I like the main storyline going with it, but it's another 5 out of 10 movie. Just this year, for some reason, I just picking a bunch of duds like right off the bat. Only a couple good films so far. I also watched 1981's Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat. That one I actually liked. I thought I saw it before, but I was thinking Cat in the Brain. I mean, I have a black cat, so it was kind of cool seeing this evil black cat killing people. And I expected a little more from Fulci with the gore. I mean, I know it's only like a cat killing people, so you can't go too crazy. But I mean, this is Fulci. I mean, he had the tarantulas like ripping people like or eating people and the beyond and everything. And I just expected a little bit more in the gore. I mean, it's Fulci. Everything with Fulci has to be gore. So I was expecting a little more. Storyline, it's not bad. I mean, it's a movie about a cat killing people, so I mean, there's really not too many avenues you could go down without it being convoluted and everything. And I think what he does have story-wise, I think it works. I mean, the main actor, I cannot remember his name, but I always see him in stuff like this. I think he was in the Tales from the Crypt anthology. I think he was in the one with the German Shepherd, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am, but I know it's filmed in England, and he's an English actor. Which was weird seeing Fulci film a movie in England and use English actors and everything. But like I said, I expected a little more as far as the gore. I liked the storyline. Thought it was cool. Thought it was a little wicked with the cat hanging at the end and stuff, or not at the end and in the movie. Just a movie that felt like it couldn't get made nowadays just because everybody would be freaking out about, animal cruelty, even though obviously they didn't really hang a cat. But I give it 5.5 out of 10. I liked it. I probably would actually pick it up on Blu-ray or DVD just to add to the Fulci collection. I do think it was a pretty good movie. Last movie I watched, I've actually seen before, but when I was done watching it this time, I thought it was the first time I ever saw it, which is never a good thing for a movie. Now, the original of this, not the original, the first one of this series, I love, and I think is one of the best horror movies probably ever. And it's definitely the best horror movie, I think, of the 40s. I watched Curse of the Cat People. Now, Val Lewton, as a producer, he's a small horror staple of movies. I think it's only like 7 or 8, but he really knocked it out of the park almost every time. Unfortunately, this movie is good if it wasn't called Curse of the Cat People. I mean, it's so loosely tied to the first one, and the first one's so good. The way they uses the shadows. This one, they do have creepy moments. The little girl talking to the ghost, it's very creepy. Just the scenes with the ex-wife are very creepily done. I mean, that is something that Lewton, as a producer, knows how to help along, as evident by the first one. But this one, it just hurts that you're expecting this movie to be tied into the first one, and it doesn't have the same parallels. It goes off on a different tangent, and it's not as well made. Well, it is as well made. It's not as good. The acting is still top notch. The little girl is amazing in it. She definitely conveys everything she's trying to get across, which is weird for a little child actor, especially back in the 40s and everything. The parents, her father and her stepfather. Her father and her stepmother. Actually, no, I think it's her father and her mother. I think the ex-wife didn't have her, but it's weird the way it's set up. But like I said, it hurts that it's Curse of the Cat People, and you're expecting a tie-in to the original Cat People, which is amazing horror movie. And this one is good, but if it was called something else, I think it would be a lot better because you don't go in there expecting a Cat People movie. And I know it's not actually Cat People, but just the way it's set up. I don't know, just something about it. I'm only giving it a 5 out of 10. It could have been so much better if it was just something else. That's it for day 4. Day 5 will be coming up. I got a couple movies planned for that. I forget what the movie of the day is. But anyway, this is Dark God, and I'll catch you on the flip side.